Yes, people. Well, all I can say is I'm pretty happy about the result. But what a weird game, eh? Like, I don't know what we were watching out there. United got off to a fast start, yes, but the conditions were just a Manchester United type of weather. Just how the game was playing. Everything just seemed like it had such an eerie feel about it. The team wasn't as confident, but they came out the blocks real hard. They came out the blocks hard. And what's crazy is looking at the rain pouring down. That iconic photo of Solskjaer when he was getting sacked. The game he got sacked and all the rain was pouring down. He was in the rain. He looked like a man who was just defeated. That could have been that kind of night for Amorim. And to see that the team started off the front foot, the team went after Chelsea. A nice flick off from a long kick from Altai to Sesko onto Mbuemo and gets a good touch around the goalkeeper. Now, I don't know what Sanchez is thinking, yeah? Because the pitch is wet, the ball's skidding off, the attacker's going to take a touch somewhere. So either the ball's going to go into the space of the defender where someone can defend it, which you see when he fouled the defender, there was two defenders right behind Mbuemo. So somebody probably would have touched the ball, right? And then here you have him just running into Mbuemo. Like, there was no sort of thought into what he was doing. And you see, that was just a Sanchez moment, because Sanchez does that a lot of times. He's cut down on it a lot, but that is not his first red card, running out and kicking a player. I can promise you that. I can't remember when he did it for Brighton or for Chelsea, but I do remember this is not his first red card. But the game was actually pretty good after that. Like, United then had scored a goal from Bruno Fernandes early up, and we had a bit of possession. But for me, the problem was United didn't do much when they had 11 versus 10. Yes, they got another goal up, but in terms of trying to break the lines, running in behind, linking up the play a bit more, trying to like stretch Chelsea, I feel like United got the goal. I was like, yeah, they have 10 men, we're comfortable, we can just win this game. And that's what happened, because that's what happened in the moment Casemiro got the yellow. Poor decision by him in the first place for the first yellow. But then, and the referee as well. Poor decision by the referee as well for the first yellow. But then the second yellow card by Casemiro. Why are you giving the referee a decision to make when you're 11v10? Okay, even if Chelsea score right then, you have more men than them, and you have a whole half to try to beat them. So why would you give the referee a chance to have to make a decision? And for me, that is the problem. And Casemiro is a third, so experienced, over 600 plus games under his career. How are you making such a stupid decision, man? Now he can't play against Brighton, yeah? Which might be a good opportunity for Kobe Manu or Ugarte to battle it out. But watching what Ugarte came on kind of steadied the ship. It was a defensive performance. I just don't think he is the truth. Ugarte for me should be the fourth centre back, but fourth midfielder in the rotation. But the problem is Kobe is still developing. And at the end of the day, when Kobe came on today as well, just talking about Kobe, he looked good. He won the ball. He did what he had to do. And, he looked like a kid that's really sad about the situation and his game time. And I feel like his body language, even if his body language is showing that he's not happy, he's still putting in performances that shows that he wants to play. And that's the most important thing, because that is the test. That is the test by the coach. And I think he's winning that test. And now Casemiro is out. This is his chance to work out Ugarte in the week. This is his chance to work Ugarte out the rotation to get a start. Now, it was good to see players like Matthias Cunha and Mason Mount coming back. That it really helped to show the levels in which we are when we have those two players back. And energy gods, the energy god Mount, how he was just moving around the pitch today. It was really happy to see both of those players back. Matthias Cunha, even in the 94th minute of the game, I think, when the ball came out the air, we lost it. And then he quickly won it back, pulled it out the air, got out of situation, kept the ball, and then released the play. And of course, when the ball got to Ugarte, of course, the ball broke down again. Because I don't understand progressively what this guy does with the ball. But Amorim have to blame himself also for some decisions that he made in the game. Especially with the with bringing off Harry Maguire. You know, when you look at that whole situation with him bringing on Euro, when you know the only point Chelsea is going to score is from a set piece or a corner kick, and Harry Maguire is your best header of the ball. You know, now I understand in the moment of the game, Harry haven't played in a while. You know, he wants to save him for the next game, part injury. And I understand also that Harry Maguire has been playing on the one-on-one all game, chasing. So then at the end of the day, you don't really want to put him in a situation now where he's being isolated too much and the game is stretching. So you're thinking Euro can deal with that. And to be fair, Euro should be doing better on Chelsea's goal. You know, Euro should be clearing that ball, should be attacking the ball. Euro standing up looking at everyone like, what's going on? And then people criticize Thierry Henry for when Lenny Euro was looking around wondering what's going on. And in that moment, it was a stupid criticism, yes. But at the end of the day, he has to be criticized sometimes. And I know for a lot of United fans, he is the golden boy like Menu. But sometimes you have to really criticize these players. Too many times, a lot of these goals are scoring because Lenny Euro is like locking off. You know, he's not consistently scanning or looking around to see where the danger's at. You know, allowing Doku in the last game to spin him on the inside and get around. You see, and talking about mistakes, shout out to Luke Shaw because today he did really well on the coverage a lot of times. You know, Dogu was allowing Reece James to get on the ball and whip balls in. Now, winning that situation, yeah, tactically, as the left wing back, if you realize the man, every time he get the ball, he's whipping it in, right? What you're supposed to do is, as soon as the ball's traveling, you get to the man. The ball's traveling in the air and he's still standing up on the edge of the 18-yard box waiting to like stop Reece James from crossing the ball. You can't get in the angle of a cross when he's a good crosser. Every day you guys practice with so many mannequins in front of you. You're not, even if you're moving target or not, he's going to whip the ball around you. There's a lot of space in behind you and to be whipped from him. So how are you going to stop it? You're just standing up in no man's land. And for me, I just don't understand why sometimes you're not learning from these small things. He did it like 2-3 times in the first half, yeah, and the crosses didn't really come in. And then he did it a few times in the second half, and they were dangerous crosses, up to the point where Altay Bayern there nearly spilled one. Shout out to Mason Mount again, putting his body in the way to block the shot. Hey, look, if it's one thing, right? Shout out to Mason Mount. Because also, look at Kai Sider trying to wind up the guy, talking about don't touch me. Like, grow up, bro. You just moved from Brighton for nearly 115 million. And now you hating on Mason Mount for going to another club? Come on, brother. You're coming from Ecuador straight to Brighton to Chelsea. You were on your way to Liverpool. All of a sudden, Chelsea was your dream team. Like, stop it, bro. Stop it. Grow up. Also, Enzo Fernandez. Like, grow up, bro. Grow up. Like, Mason Mount has gone to Manchester United. Aren't you all world champions? Didn't y'all just take Garnacho? Didn't y'all just take Jadon Sancho? Why y'all just give the man a break? Why y'all trying to push up on the man? Y'all just have issues, dog. Y'all just actually, that, you know what we call that back home, but you love man, dog. You love man. You love man. The man don't gone, dog. The man don't get his transfer, bro. Like, come on, bro. Jesus Christ. But anyways, like, United's second goal, Casemiro, Luke Shaw with a bit of aggression. Shout out to Luke Shaw. And we have to say this game he improved. He was covering the spaces. He was really covering Dogu a lot this game. You know, even sometimes when the team ran in behind, you can tell that he actually saw João Pedro running behind the lit twice. First in the 15th or 16th minute when he got between the lit and Bruno Fernandes, Luke Shaw came across. I said, okay, you're learning from your mistakes. And these are the small things as fans we should look for too. Because when these guys make mistakes in the game, you want to see them not making the same mistakes in the other game. Okay, maybe they make another mistake, fine. But at least you're not making the same mistake that we've seen you make many times. And especially in the game just before, when you just watch that footage. You know, when it's fresh in your mind, you should actually be acting on it a bit more. That is why sometimes when a team just work on defensive shape, they actually forget how to go forward. And then sometimes when the team working a lot of attacking in the week, they actually forget how to defend. That's just this. That is why football is 70% mental and 30% physical. That is why you have to have your brain working every time when you're on the pitch, because it's such a psychological game every time you play it. But yeah, United had a good result. I'm pretty happy with what's going on with the club getting their win, getting on to 7 points, getting that bit of momentum that they need. Now we need to go down to Brighton and get a result. But hey, let me tell you something. That's going to be a big, big game. I don't even think Carlos Baleba might get a shout in that game, if I'm being honest, because he just got subbed off again at halftime. And for me, that's a worry, because when you're a top player like that and you're being linked to a move, you should continuously play at that level or even higher to force that team to come get you, not even in summer, but January. You know what I mean? And for me, when I see him bowing, imagine what's going to happen when United fans and he have a few poor performances. What if? And they start to go down on him. Is he going to just bow his head and start to drop performances at a drastic level? So we have, maybe it's actually a good thing that this happened now to see how he grows as a player until January. But yeah, Chelsea as well. Enzo Maresca, I don't know why he actually made those early subs. He took off Neto, especially when the game got stretched. I know he's probably upset with some of the decisions he made, but who is he to know that Casemiro will do something so stupid, bro? Casemiro is... I can't even talk too much about Casemiro, to be honest, because when you really think about some of the things that Casemiro actually did in that game, it was just stupid to me. Some of the fouls. Like Case, you are on the control 11 versus 10. Why are you putting yourself in positions to get into challenges that you don't need? The pitch is wet. The ball is skidding. The referee's already showing you that he's willing to give a card, right? He doesn't even pay attention. Yeah, okay, I'm getting Sanchez runs into M1 or whatever. But, if some referees would be like, fuck, it's wet, it's early in the game. He maybe just misjudged what the pitch was like. He tried to stop. So many things some referees would put into consideration before putting out the card. But you can clearly see this referee was card happy. And at the end of the day, so many yellow cards in this game. For the people that were betting in this game, if you bet over 4 yellow cards, you would be so happy today. Because unlike the derby where no one even went into any challenges, the odds would rise. So then probably a lot more people would have bet not for so many cards. And look at this now. But honestly, Manchester United, I feel like they're on a good trajectory. Let's not really get too overhyped about this result, but let's be a bit cautiously happy that this result happened, because now it takes a bit of pressure off of Amorim. The table doesn't look so bad. If City and Arsenal draw, that is actually not a bad result. And then it looks good. Arsenal on 10, we on 7, City on what? 7. Things will be looking good. Now, my only worry is Manchester United have a problem scoring goals. They need to go and attack teams a bit more. And Amad Diallo needs to do something with all these bicycle kicks he's fucking trying. How many times are you going to try a bicycle kick and fail? Bro, this is not try again until you make it. No, quit. If you stand, I promise you, Ahmad, if you ever see this clip, yeah, I promise you, if you stand up on that right foot that you don't like to use and just swing your left foot instead of trying a bicycle kick or those volleys or whatever you're trying, you'll score a lot more goals. I promise you, bro. You can even back up while the ball in the air, read the flight, and just pass the ball to the bottom corner. All these bicycle kicks you're trying and people getting excited and you're flaying up your hands in the air. Bro, I must say, Manchester United have a right wing back problem. You see, Amad Diallo and Diego Dallo, something needs to happen. And Manchester United, Jason Wilcox, let me give you a phone call to let you know. You gotta go after Mintel. Go to Brighton right now in January and give them 120 million and tell them, hey, give me Minter and Baleba. Let me just take them off your hand. And if you want 100, I'll give you 100 and Amad Diallo for the both of them. Real talk. Because Minter on the right wing back. Minter on the right wing back, I promise you, is another level that will evolve Manchester United to another. Because listen, he's ambidextrous. He have that Dembele both feet. 21 years old. I was saying this in a group today, and everybody surprisingly was agreeing. Get rid of Ahmad and go get Yakubu Minter. I'm telling you, for me, because then, okay, you take off Mbuemo, you don't mind moving the Minter in there. You know what I mean? And if Minter's playing outside and Mbuemo's there, it's even better. It's even better. And Minter's such a smarter player. He understands space. He can drive the ball. Defensively, he works hard. Look how hard he works for Brighton. Sometimes you see Minter clearing the ball, then takes off, with the ball, dribble the ball. Bro, imagine Minter, Mbuemo, Konya, Sesko. Oh my God. That would be such a team going forward. Such a team. You slip a Baleba in the midfield with a Bruno or Kobe. Wow. But yes, people, you know, just, yeah, no, it's a bittersweet feeling. I'm pretty disappointed with the performance in a way, but I'm still happy. You know, I'm still happy that we got the result that we needed. And it helps Amorim take some pressure off of him. It helps Bruno Fernandes scoring his 100th goal on his 200 appearance. You know, and that is another big thing we need to talk about. Because that is a goal every other game. That is a goal every other game. Hey, y'all need to put some respect on that guy's name, honestly. Because when people talk about Bruno Fernandes like he's the worst player to ever come to Manchester United. And look again, him playing in the midfield, Manchester United won the game and he scored. And he created some of the most chances in the game today. And look who get a red card. The man that's supposed to keep the team defensively sound. United need to go get a midfielder. Honestly, two of them. Get rid of Actually, if I was United, I get rid of Ugarte and Casemiro and bring in 3 really good midfielders. I'd bring in Baleba. I'd go to Barcelona and tell them, give me Firmin. And I'll tell them also, I'll go to Real Madrid and tell them, give me Eduardo Camavinga. Trust me. Just give me them 3 players, Bruno Fernandes and Kobe Mainoo. And your future bright for a very long time. Because you have a 31, 32-year-old in Bruno that can probably play until he's 34, 35. And by the time that age now, you already have these nice young midfielders just working their way. And if you all realize, I call 4 very different type of midfielders to bring in. And 4 very different type. 2 left foot, 2 right foot. 1 energy and link up play. 1 technical. 1 very good on the damage and the breakup of play. And you have the Baleba who's very good driving the ball. Hey, let me tell you. So any coach come there can even play 3 with either of those. So it doesn't matter who you bring in. Those guys will make a massive, massive, massive difference. But yes, people, it's been your boy as usual. Yeah. You know how it goes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page. Keep hitting the bell for notifications so I can continue bringing you great content going forward. Have a good time. Good result, United. We'll have a review out for you soon. You know, 3 things that we learned. But not only that, we're going to be having another review with a group of guys. And look out for a show coming out soon called All Things United. Yes, people. I tell you, we keep coming. And we have another one coming up, but we won't announce it yet. So look out for it. Look out also for an interview we have coming out very soon. One of the young players coming out of a lovely country, Antigua. Show's called Yeah, I Spy. Look out for it as well. Have a good time. Take care. Ciao.